Seidle. I'm with Hewlett-Packard Enterprise. I'm responsible for product marketing for HPC and AI, and I welcome you to supercomputing. As far as our portfolio is concerned, it's really part of our AI strategy, AI and HPC strategy for HPE. And the idea is that we really want to provide the best and most comprehensive portfolio in the industry. As far as the partner ecosystem, it's really a core competency of ours. It's really designed to forge relationships with the partners that really are specifically in this particular field. This is their domain, and we want to leverage off what their expertise is. We find that we really look at it on many dimensions. So it's not just, when you say partner, what does partner really mean? It means technology partners. So what are those partners that we work with that help us with joint engineering projects, building the best platforms that we have and integrating their IP into our platforms. So it's really a better together story with the best that's out there. The next one that we have is all about the reseller partners. Now the reseller partners, they typically have the customer intimacy. So in other words, they understand the needs of our customers and are really viewed as the trusted partner. So we want to be able to work with those partners and make sure that they have everything they need to help sell and position our products and their products. So they really need to be able to provide their value add. What we're really seeing now is within HPC and AI is this convergence from what was traditionally academia and research labs, government. It's really now become more pervasive in the enterprise. And because it is more pervasive, we have to look at those use cases that make sense. Customers are struggling with a lot of things around, how do I use hybrid HPC, or how do I use HPC or AI and integrate that all into one solution and try to leverage this extreme computing that's necessary to really solve the most complex problems in the world. And so we look at, there's different use cases. If you think of weather, for example, and providing modeling and simulation of weather forecasting. If you think about in the oil and gas industry, we're helping customers model, reservoir, simulations. If you look at it across manufacturing, doing prototyping, so how do I go to market quicker by building out prototypes, saving the companies lots of money by doing so they're doing more modeling in that capacity. As far as leadership in innovation, we really pride ourselves. We see innovation as truly a core competency for us. We find that working with these partners that I alluded to, we can bring the best to our customers, helping them solve problems. Innovation starts with engineering, and how do we really understand what the customer's needs are and get ahead of it, because you think about innovation, you're always a couple years out, because you have to think about what are customers going to be struggling with in the next couple years, and how are we going to bring products to market in a couple of years to solve those problems. A good example would be our efforts around exascale. So we're really looking at building out capabilities that are going to give us a level of compute that you've never seen before. A good example is if you took the top 500 supercomputers in the world, that would equate to one exascale computer. And you can imagine what you could do if you had that much horsepower. Imagine if everybody in the world had their own DNA already mapped, or if you didn't have it mapped, within a few minutes you'd be able to, in the doctor's office, run your DNA, and then medicine could be prescribed for your specific needs. There's just so many different use cases where exascale makes sense, and I think that the key is we just got to continue staying abreast of what's going on. One of the things I was going to mention is we have an advanced technology group, which is part of our AI strategy. And within that strategy, it's not only just AI, but also for HPC. And it's really designed to provide a foundation that we build upon. So the Advanced Technologies group, or that division, works closely with our Hewlett-Packard Labs team. And they're the ones that are actually building out the capabilities to have this exascale computing I'm talking about. So whether it's through Gen Z initiative, which gives them the fabric that they need, or whether it's building out maybe some different types of compute to where it's more memory-driven compute, where we put all of the data and the compute is done through the memory as opposed to moving data across nodes. So we're kind of looking at a lot of different ways of providing a new innovative platform to do exascale computing. We did come up with an adaptive cooling system. So we call it ARC, for Adaptive Rack Cooling System. And this is designed to remove heat in the data center. So what happens is, as we know, there's lots of heat in these data centers. How do we remove that heat? And so we built out a solution that does that. It basically allows you to have the ability to remove a cold aisle and a hot aisle. You keep everything closed loop, so it's self-contained. And it's designed really to help customers not only reduce the heat that's in there, but also have some benefits around reducing the energy costs associated with it. One thing to note on this is it does allow you to have free cooling. And what I mean by that is it is able to do ASHRAE W3, which means that you don't have to have a chiller to cool your data center. So one other area that I wanted to focus on was software. As recently as ISC 2018 of this year, we rolled out a new performance cluster manager software. Recently we've augmented that to include both the ARM 70 as well as the AMD 35 model. It's an Apollo 35. It also has connectors into third-party software, so we can manage GPUs from a single interface. So we actually let the HP Cluster Manager, Performance Cluster Manager, manage the GPUs single-handedly. So I appreciate everybody stopping by, and we'll see you next year.